Hey folks, what a beautiful morning, fall October, right here. As you can tell, we're on the St. John River, what we call the lower St. John, and behind me is, well, basically it's what I call home. And today I get to share a special morning and afternoon with a good friend of mine, Bobby Daypray from the city of Fredericton. Bobby,
thanks for having me, Ben.
Thanks
Appreciate
for being here with us on Fish East. Bobby, this is our backyard, man.
This is literally, you can see my office in the background. It's fantastic.
There is something special about this section of the river. You know, there's so many great selling points. The fact that we've got ramps, you know, pretty much everywhere up and down. A multitude of species that we're going to try targeting today and show you folks at home just how easy it is and how accessible it is to fish for many different things. It's a great opportunity to get new people out fishing. And you know, in the fall, you know, there's a lot of duck hunters, and you know, hunting's great, but I'm an angler. And being alone at the ramp and alone on the water just makes me giddy. What can we expect here today, Bobby?
You know what, in the beautiful area of Fredericton here, we're on the Wolastoq River, which is on the unceded territory of the Maliseet and the Micmac people. It is a beautiful riverway system that stretches all the way from Maine straight down to St. John, New Brunswick, as it pours out into the Bay of Fundy. What you're gonna see today, Ben, is a little bit of everything. And literally we have a mixed bag here in Fredericton. We have muskie, we have sturgeon, we have pickerel, we have bass, you name it, it's here. We can get down even in the small panfish, and we can have some fun with some yellow perch, some white perch. You'll even catch on to some small fall fish, and up in some of the channels you see some American shad runs as well. So you're going to see a lot of cool things, but for me it's the great selling feature because Fredericton is a beautiful community of 60,000 people. You have great scenery like this in the background, and the fall foliage, well, you can't beat it in the Maritimes.
For me, it's world class, and our job today, Bobby, you and I, are going to show the folks at home just how easy it is and the options that we have. So we've got a ton of rods and a ton of different lures. What do you say we get at her?
Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Let's get this done.
Yeah, I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Muddy water or the back of the creek. Wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Yeah, I'm a fisherman.
Finally. Well, it takes a local to get to me to know what's going on, and Bobby, you put us on a spot here. You said it would look good around this corner. I think I got me a smallmouth on. Just pulling a little worm around. Oh, it's a decent one too. Look at that. Just came off a shelf. We're cruising around 15. We found some perch. I said, let's just go around a little bit more shallow and see what's going on. She is. Well, you figure these warm water fish still give a heck of a fight even in the cold water, eh, Bob?
Absolutely. And they're fun.
They're so fun. There we go. The lower St. John River smallie action in the fall. Not the biggest specimen, but she was spunky. There you go.
Here for a good time.
Always a good time. Now, the smallmouth, Bobby, all year long. I mean, we're here in the fall.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I hear the spring is just off the chain.
Spring is astronomical. There are times I'll take my wife and I out. We'll go for an evening fish after work. We'll hit the water, and between the two of us, we'll probably pull in 20, 30 bass. And you know, that pre-spawn is just a fantastic time of the year. The fish are just looking for that bite before they spawn, and everything works out great.
Well, I'll get this guy back in. I want to tell the folks at home something about that pre-spawn you just mentioned. Here we go. So Bobby, you mentioned something really interesting, pre-spawn. So for those of you watching at home, if you've never been to the Maritime Provinces and look for bass in the spring, the season is actually open, but catch and release only.
Absolutely. Yeah, the early part of the year, you know, that pre-spawn bite comes into play. It's a very fun time to get everybody out. So if you're trying to introduce somebody new to fishing, bass fishing, especially your kids, maybe your spouse, whomever, it's the perfect time of the year because you're almost guaranteed to get a bite of sort.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, whether it's panfish or chain pickerel or smallmouth, They're roaming real shallow. So if you ever get the chance, come on down, Fredericton area, the Brunswick, St. John River in the spring. That pre-spawn is kind of unique to the area. You know, and it's just a blast. So let's try getting on some more of these fall ones.
That sounds like a good plan, Ben.
Okay. So something just happened right here. It came off the ledge, Bob.
Yep.
And I noticed with you on the screen that there were fish down deeper. So instead of going to a horizontal presentation, I went to vertical presentation. Let me show you what I'm doing. I literally dropped it right under us. And nothing complicated here, just ball head jig and a well, jerk shad, which looks like a minnow. Now that's a small one, but I have a feeling, my suspicion, is that they're all schooled under us. So we're gonna try doing vertical.
You know what, if we can get on a few more, I think that would make our morning fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Let's try that again.
When winter arrives, the temperature drops. And here in the Maritimes, our excitement rises. We embrace the adventures that cold weather brings, like new discoveries with old friends, a hot plunge on a chilly night, familiar faces in cozy new spots, and fun days that become chill nights. In New Brunswick, we know how to do winter.
Fish on. Oh, little guy.
Another petit bébé.
But they do like the minnows, so we're trying to figure out if there's any bigger ones in this school. And normally in the fall, they kind of school up a little bit, right? So we got to stay on her a little bit. Oh, my minnow got bit. Little baby. Let's go find a bigger one. Fish on, Bob. This one feels a lot better.
Well, that's nice. Definitely looks a lot better based off your rod bend. Need a net, my friend?
I may. That's a much better fish.
Alright.
That's a much better fish. There we go. Right off that deeper end. So believe it or not, we are fishing in about 23 foot of water. That's right. Bass do live a little bit deeper than the shallows. And what happens in the fall a lot of the times is the vegetation kind of dies off. So they're no longer relating to the grass. They're gonna find the bait fish down a little bit deeper. There we go. A little bit better fish. All right. Perseverance, man. Perseverance. So switch to a drop shot rig. As you can see, a little minnow in there. We're gonna try staying on top of them and try this deeper water, lower St. John stuff. See if we can get some better specimens. Just pops right out. Look at that. Alright, put her back in. I want to take a minute just to talk about this rig. It's pretty simple. You got a weight on the bottom, about 12 inches up, tiny little hook, we call a drop shot hook, and I just got a little minnow bait. That one happens to be a Berkeley Max Scent flat nose minnow. It's kind of what they're eating, so trying to match the hatch, as they say. See if we can't get some more.
Okay. Itty bitty. No, not too bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's a decent one.
Fun all day.
You know what? If you caught 25 of those in one day, I think you'd be a happy camper.
I'll tell you, my arm's already starting to feel it.
That's a nice little fish. Healthy looking fish.
Definitely healthy.
You know, as you come into Fredericton and you check out a lot of the amenities, it's pretty neat. So a couple times actually on the boat, there's a couple restaurants on the boat. Already spoke about the Delta and Steamer 36, but you also have Cannon's Cross, which is right by the boat launch itself. And a couple times my wife and I were out fishing and we got hungry and we didn't pack a lunch because we thought we were just going for a morning fish. But the bite got so good during the day that we legitimately called from the boat to Cannon's Cross, walked over across the road, picked lunch up, had it on the boat, and continued fishing. Like, when you think about that and you have all the amenities you need on the riverway system, Fredericton is your place to be for angling on the St. John River. So come on by anytime. If you need any more information, stop by www.tourismfredericton.ca.
There you got it. Nice. Get the net for you there, Bob.
We've got a nice little St. John smallmouth bass on the line. Little rugby shaky head and a hula sticks from Z-Man on a 3/0 EWG hook. It's not a big one, decent one. One I'll take for the day.
Absolutely. Fun all day.
You know, I was cherry picking a little bit. I saw Ben was casting into this little drop-off zone. So I said, you know what? If he's having a little bit of success, I might as well cash in on it. So not a bad little fish. Back for another day. Get a little bigger, son. Come back next year.
We'll get a bigger one now, Bob.
Absolutely. They just fit.
Again. Oh, that's a
That
better
sounds a
fish.
good one. Just as I can.
That's a better fish.
Okay, I'll get the net. I'm on the net.
Oh man, this one feels better, Bob.
Well, that's good, man. I appreciate that. The old Wolastoq River will yield.
Oh, this one's feeling dragged. It doesn't even want to come up.
Oh, goodness
Oh,
gracious.
she's bent good. Oh, this one. Oh, God, you gotta love the fight of these smallies, though. The river smallies are so strong.
Well, they're fighting current all day long. This is literally what they do.
Just gotta make sure your drag is set just right. I'm only using 6-pound fluorocarbon here, so I want to let the rod do the work. I never reel against the drag.
The St. John River is the gold gym for
Buddy,
smallies.
that is a big fish.
Bring her right over.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that might be my biggest this season.
Bring her back.
Come here. Yes! Woo! Ah.
That's a nice St. John River fish right there.
This is what we've been working for this entire trip. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is what lives here if you put in the time. Big old lower St. John smallmouth bass right here in Fredericton. Bobby, we can't say it enough. The fishing here, I mean, you know what? We're in the fall, right? It's gonna take some time, and we put in the time. Had to switch up the presentations. I went out to that little minnow because I figured they were kind of on the minnow feed.
You know what? He looks like he was prepared for a solid buffet.
That right there,
That's a beautiful fish.
I think is a great way to end a great trip right here. I mean, we've got, what bridge is that right there?
You got the Princess Margaret Bridge that cuts through literally takes you from the south side to the north side or vice versa. You can still see the bridge from city. We're out here fishing. That's a beautiful fish. Everything you can ask for right here in New Brunswick.
Check it out, guys. If you want more information about Fredericton and what we're using, check out our website, of course, fishies.com. And thanks for joining us. We're gonna put this one back in the water, Bob. Good
Absolutely, great day.
job. Goodbye, and see you next time.
We're all looking for the perfect escape. Some of us want to slow down, be still, and savor, while others are always in search of the next boundary to push. The perfect escape means something different to everyone, but the common thread is connecting to what brings us to another world, one that's just the perfect amount of away. Book your escape. Visit tourismnewbrunswick.ca.
Folks, so you can see right now we've changed the environment a little bit, and we've told you from the get-go that we're going to show you all different kinds of opportunities. We're up the river a little bit closer to the dam.
Yep.
Still within city limits. I mean, we can see the bridge right from here.
Absolutely.
And we pulled up to this little shoal, which is actually a pretty popular spot for locals, and I want to show this on camera for the folks that are visiting town. There are opportunities, folks, that you could just literally roll up to, park your car, walk down, enjoy some breathtaking scenery and some fishing. Do you know what we're doing here, Bobby? Have you ever done this before?
You know what? I've never dabbled in this world, but it's something totally new to me, especially fishing from shore. I know they exist in our riverway system, but I mean, this is my first forage into
sturgeon. That's right, folks. We have some short-nosed sturgeon right here in the lower river. They're pretty easy to find, especially along the shoreline where the bottom is a hard-packed bottom. It's shallow. Right now we've got some moving water, which is good. And we're going to show you real quick the setup. It's not complicated, but I'll tell you what, we're fishing for dinosaurs, and it's always fun fishing for dinosaurs. So we'll see how it goes. Stick around. All right, guys, I just wanted to take 30 seconds to show you guys the rig we're using. There's nothing complicated about sturgeon fishing. You just got to make sure you have the right components. The way I like doing it is having a sliding rig. So we've got a clip on a 2-ounce weight on a slider. I like putting a bead in front of that just to help protect the knot. I've got 30-pound braid as my main line going to a barrel swivel. Other end of that barrel swivel, 20-pound fluorocarbon. You can use mono if you want. Basic hook, and you guessed it, night crawlers. They seem to like it. That's all there is to it. As far as the rod and reel is concerned, I'm actually using the same setup I use for stripers. That's a 7-foot or 7'6" medium heavy inshore class, spinning on a 4,000 class reel.
There we
Yeah,
go.
go for it. Oh, buddy!
You want to reel that other rod in for me? This is something new. This is a fight that I haven't had before. It feels like a giant log on the other side right now. It's interesting. There he comes in, good size too. Come on, baby. Come on right up.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Oh,
goodness gracious.
Yeah, buddy! Look at that! Oh my goodness, you did it! Woo. Folks, right from shore, within city limits of Fredericton, sturgeon.
Holy goodness gracious.
This right here is a dinosaur of a fish. Look at that.
Wow.
Why don't you go ahead and take the hook out?
So this is my first ever sturgeon in the St. John River. I've never ever fished for them before. These are things that are majestic. They literally look like dinosaurs when they come out of the water. As you take a look at the top of them, it has that almost, let's call it Jurassic feeling to it as it goes along. The bottom feeder just brought it all along. It fought nice. This is an absolute great catch for me on my very first time.
Not happy, not happy, not happy. I tell you, fighting these fish from shore is an awesome experience. There she is. Grab her, Bob. There we are.
Nice, nice.
All right, she's just corner hooked right here. Small little hook. Look at that, tiny little hook.
What a beautiful fish.
Beautiful fish.
So strong.
All right, there we go. Right, so that there, another lower St. John sturgeon, right here within city limits of Fredericton. There she goes. Bobby, I gotta thank you for showing me this spot. Tell you what, I'm a Frederictonite, so is Bobby. We're pretty proud, so it's a little bit biased what we're about to say here, but man, what an amazing resource we have right here. I'm so happy to be able to show the folks at home what it's all about.
You know what, it's absolutely unreal when you really consider the beauty of Fredericton, the St. John River Basin. Like, you really can't beat it in all honesty. Whatever you want to do, it's right here. It's got big city amenities, all world fishing.
And country feel just outside the city too.
Absolutely.
So hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned a little bit something about the lower St. John River here in Fredericton. These sturgeon fishing, you gotta try, target these dinosaurs. And Ben Wu, Bobby Desprez, fish on, fish east.
Thank you for being safe, for being fun, for being strong. Thank you for taking a tour, or seeing old friends, or new places. Thank you for visiting your own backyard and rediscovering its beauty. Thank you for having fun and being sensible about it. Thank you for visiting your province and falling in love again. Thank you, New Brunswick. Let's keep going.
Guys, throughout this episode, we've been trying to show you the great fishing opportunities in the Fredericton area. The first part of the show, we literally stayed within the city limits, but don't think that's all there is to fishing around Fredericton. Today we've moved upstream a little bit. We are just above the Mactaquac Dam. Actually, from where I'm sitting, I can see the Mactaquac Dam. We're going to go through these pipes behind us into a piece of water locally known as the Mactaquac Arm or the Mactaquac Stream Basin. This is a multi-species fishing opportunity. We're going to see what we can find to show you what's available in early November right here in the backyard of New Brunswick's capital city.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, if you're in the Fredericton area and you want to extend your season, we're going to show you today a great option right close to the city for some awesome panfish fun. These are white perch that we're targeting right now. This is not the biggest one, but there's a ton around here. We are literally footsteps from where we put in the boat, and we found just a mess of these white perch, which make a great harvest. They're absolutely delicious and great fun if you want to extend your season. Don't go away, we're going to show you how to do this.
What we're doing here today, guys, it's early November, water temperature in the 46 to 47 degree Fahrenheit range. A lot of these fish have moved out into deeper water. We're fishing right now 26, 27 feet. We've actually fished a little deeper than that too. I think we've been up to almost 40. But it's a nice calm day, but without a spot lock trolling motor or without disturbing the fish on bottom by dropping a big heavy anchor, we're just using our traditional trolling motor. But what we're using is a marker buoy. When we go over a school of fish with our traditional sonar, we mark a school of fish, we mark a marker buoy, or drop a marker buoy down. All that is a float, a long string of spool of string, essentially, and a weight. That weight goes to the bottom, the marker buoy holds in place, and then we can use our traditional trolling motor without spot lock to stay in that general vicinity. Because even on a nice flat day like this, it can be really deceiving how far off the fish you can move just with the natural drift of the water. So something as basic as a float, some string, and a weight can help keep you on top of these fish all day long.
Yeah.
These ones are getting more aggressive on it.
Absolutely, look at that. Better size too. I'm gonna keep that one. Put that one in the live well. Nothing wrong keeping some delicious white perch for a meal. And these guys seem to be a little bit more aggressive here. Yes. A jigging spoon. Now that's a great presentation for bass, but you can also get whiteys on them. There you go. So vertical, it's kind of like an ice fishing jig, really. Spoon feeding some whiteys.
Guys, I don't know what more I can say about today. We're out, it's early November, we're standing here in shirt sleeves and hoodies. Beautiful day, great way to wrap up. If you're visiting Fredericton or the surrounding areas, the St. John River resource is hard to beat. Whether you're on the lower river, searching out bass, muskie, sturgeon, or you decide to come up here above the Mactaquac Dam into the arm, looking for these white and yellow perch, any one of them is a great, fun, accessible opportunity. Get out, explore what New Brunswick has to offer, explore your own backyard, and until next time, fish on and fish east.
Yeah, I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Muddy water or the back of the creek. Wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman.